So I thought I would just do a little video. I haven't done any videoing in a little while, and just kind of a little update here on some of the things that I'm doing. Um, and I'll be getting back to putting some videos out here really soon. But for now, I'll kind of show you, go through some of my plans, some of the things that are going to be coming up, short term, long term, and some of the things that've been keeping me busy from videoing and actually getting any progress done on my car. So yeah, yesterday I did a little bit of work to my truck. It's been needing a lot of stuff, long time. Rebuilt the front end. As part of doing that, I pulled off one of the inner fender liners and to get the shocks out. No big deal, just a little bit easier. And I realized I didn't have any of the clips that held the fender liner in. All the clips that I had were not the right size, so I could just go to the parts store and pick some up. They're not that expensive, but I figured this is a prime opportunity for me to use my 3D printer. So I'll show you a little bit of my progress here. I haven't gotten super successful yet, but I just played with it a little bit last night, played with it this morning. Not very motivated to go outside and do anything because we got snow. It's probably still snowing. I haven't looked out for a while. Anyway, so here we go. So these are kind of all of my fails. They're not all fails. That one's a pretty good one. It doesn't work very good, and that's just a larger version of this. Now, some of these I just, you can see it up close there, see if this camera focuses. But, I just got a couple of these I got off of Thingiverse, some of them I modified, some of them I actually created myself and didn't have the largest luck with it. Some of these I made out of PLA, some of them are made out of PETG, which is what I'll be using because it handles the heat and the elements and is a little bit more flexible. So what I'm doing now, it's in there printing right now. It's printing a version of this that I modified. The only problem with this is it's just very slightly too large, and it's the slot in there needs to be a little bit longer so it'll flex up here and pop in a little bit easier. So I'm printing that. I'll go show you that really quick, and then we'll move on with some of the other things. Alright, the lighting's not very good in here. I'm using my phone as a flashlight here so you can see what's going on there. Anyway, so there it is. It'll probably be another about 5 minutes. It'll be done, and I'll kind of check it out and go fit it, see if it actually will work. Alright, so I haven't gotten much done here. I haven't done any videos on some of the stuff that I have gotten done. Well, I've done some videos, but I haven't gotten them ready to actually produce yet. So I've got most of the fuel system done. Let's see, you probably can't see that down there, it's too dark. Anyway, I got most of the fuel system all ran pretty good. I got the start of the first turbos kind of on there. The second one I don't got it there yet, but that's kind of what I'm in the middle of working on. Most of the interior's in it now. I'm actually going to be taking it into work next week and doing the roll cage in it. At least getting everything bent up. I probably won't weld it in next week, but I'll be doing that. I was trying to wait until it was running. I just need to get it done while it's slow at work. Alright, so now you can see why I don't want to go outside. I don't want to do anything here. Snowed. and I need to be working on this thing right there. This is one of the reasons that I've been, well, I should say two of the reasons I haven't been doing much. As I showed you, a couple of the reasons I haven't been getting much done is I've been flipping cars and just to make some extra money here for race car parts, obviously, but just a, I guess, kind of an update here. The Magnum, I sold it back I guess about September. It's I don't know, a couple days after Christmas right now. It's the 27th of December. Back in September, I sold the Magnum. I sold it to finance this project. My budget originally for this project was $10,000. So I sold the Magnum in order to pay for this because I just don't make enough money to build race cars all the time. Most of us don't, so I had to do something. I didn't really need two rear-wheel drive boosted V8 cars. I've had this Duster since I was 17. Once I nailed down the plans on what I was going to do with it, the decision to sell the Magnum was pretty easy. It was a fun car, it was a fun build. It's got a lot of potential left in it. I'm not sure how much more the current owner will go with it, but he's enjoying it, and I think he's doing a little bit of kind of mild mods to it. But anyway, so the Magnum's gone. That financed this. Original budget was 10 grand. I knew I was going to have to cut a lot of corners, do a lot of stuff myself, which that never changes. I'm always going to do the stuff myself, but there's going to have to be a lot of corners cut, a lot of stuff done half-assed, and at least to get it on the road and going. And I kind of decided I didn't really want to do that. So my plan was I'm going to start flipping some cars, make a little bit of side cash, get a little bit more money for some parts, and to do some of the stuff right the first time instead of having to redo it later down the road, which was plan A. So plan B, it's taken a little bit longer because this now has brought me away since about October. I haven't really gotten much done on this car because I've been messing around with other cars. Some of my future plans here. So obviously I got that LS swap Duster. Gonna be getting that thing going this spring. It's gonna be on the road at least this spring. I also have the Ruster, the rustiest running driving car ever to exist. Slant 6 auto in that car. It's all stock. It's just, you know, it's never had anything done with it. I've stripped a bunch of parts off of it. Hopefully this summer I'll get time, because I really want to do some stuff with that thing just for fun. Just to give it a last little hurrah before the thing goes to scrap, because it is going to need to go to scrap. The thing is just a rusty mess. It did very good on supplying me with an interior and some glass, some little tidbits, but the interior is just amazing in that car. It's just, still haven't figured out that, but anyway, I really want to get something done with that car, and the plan is I'm gonna do a blow through. I'm gonna keep the carb on it. I'm gonna do a blow through turbo with a Holset HX 35. I've got one laying right there. that I've had. It's just a spare for my truck. It's kind of a piece of crap, but perfect for that car. I just want to see what it'll do. I'm sure it'll, if it doesn't blow up the motor, I don't know. Those slant sixes are pretty tough. I think the motor will last longer than the transmission will. Um, Possibly the rear axle. A 7 1/4 isn't the beefiest axle, but so any of my Mopar people, I know you hate me because I'm LS swapping my Duster, but I do have plans on building a boosted 440 sometime. It isn't going to be this year. To be honest with you, it's not going to be this year. But I'm starting to accumulate some parts. I don't know how long it'll last. The word is on the internet they don't hold more than about 700 horsepower before the block splits, but then you see some that have gone a bunch more. I'm just kind of wondering whether a turbo is turbos have a tendency to be a little bit softer on stuff like that than all motor or nitrous or whatever. So maybe it'll put up with it, you know. Maybe I don't know. If I do a 440, I'm going to be looking for well over 1,000 horsepower, because this little small block Chevy here is going to be putting out over that by the time I'm done with it. So why would I want a 440 to be less than that? Either way, it'll be fun. I do have a couple other projects that I might video, I might not. I gotta go and help my dad. We're doing a Magnum swap, so it's just a 5.2, so the old 318 Magnum. So Magnum swap, and he's got a early 80s CJ7. We're doing a Magnum swap and a 5-speed. I've already done that in my YJ. It's a pretty good setup. Plenty of torque for wheeling. You got a 5-speed manual, which is what Dad wants. His is a 6-cylinder automatic, and he hates it. So it'll be a V8, and I've talked him into doing the Magnum instead of doing something carbureted. He's old school. He doesn't like that stuff, but he's been around my Jeep enough to know that it just works. It's just a combination that really works good. So we're going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing an 8.8 narrowing on, well, on this. For one, it's getting the 8.8 that's currently in my Jeep, and then I'm narrowing a truck 8.8 to put in the Jeep to replace it. It's busted right now. I broke the differential on it. The diff case busted in half back Labor Day. It busted. It's been sitting ever since, just waiting for me to pull it apart to scavenge for parts for this thing. And I've got the other axle sitting out there. It's been sitting there forever. I'll probably get started on that probably maybe next week after I get the cage done for this thing. We'll see how much time I got. I got a bunch of time off for the holidays here,